Now to the gold rush in Bendigo, which has led to a growing chorus of protests from residents and environmentalists. Bendigo Mining is tapping into the second richest goldfield in Australia, an estimated $7 billion worth, right under the centre of town. The council is thrilled with the boost to the local economy, but as the project gets underway, the questions are mounting almost as fast as the mining waste. Rachel Carbonell reports.
During the original gold rush, 20 million ounces of gold was extracted from the Bendigo region. Its rich deposits founded a wealthy regional city, and the legacy of that prosperity lives on in the town's majestic old architecture. Bendigo Mining estimates there's still another 12 million ounces of gold buried underneath the heart of the city, and it's at the forefront of what has been dubbed the second gold rush. Again, it's big business. The company has already ploughed almost $90 million into the initial phases of the project. It now needs to raise another 50 to 60 million before it can go into production.
Bendigo's gold is probably its single biggest natural resource that it has. It's the reason for Bendigo being here historically, and I think it is now an opportunity for Bendigo to once again position itself and to market itself as something totally different, a major gold field in the world.
Doug Berger has devoted the last 8 years of his life to trying to tap into the fortune under Bendigo. Proposals to establish 3 open-cut mines in Bendigo suburbia in 1997 caused an uproar, and in the end the company went ahead with only one. Since then, things have been relatively calm, and Mr Berger says the community is eager to embrace the underground project.
You'll have, at the peak of production, 350 people working directly. We'll have a flow-on effect of about 1,400 other jobs in the community of Bendigo, and these will be long-term stable jobs. And the annual turnover forecast for the project is something in the order of $230 million per annum.
But it has some sections of the community asking at what cost. Bendigo Mining anticipates it will produce 10 million tonnes of mullock, or rock and soil waste, over the next 25 years. This pile here is just the beginning. The company has 3 options for where it might put that waste. The easiest and cheapest method is to dump it in the forest next door to the mine site. Local environmentalists have recently won a long-running battle to preserve the remnants of box ironbark forest in the area. They say the mine's proposal would be a death warrant for hundreds of species which are already clinging to survival.
Well, the main concerns is this forest contains rare species, which is very important, and limited habitat for them, but it also contains a great diversity of species that unique to the box ironbark forest.
It will destroy it. That's as simple as that. And it will never be able to be put back together ever. And it cannot be replaced because it's unique.
Although stagnant now, when it's flowing, this channel feeds directly into Bendigo's drinking water supply.
The channel is only 40 metres from the proposed dump site. The wind that blows from the dump site to here is a northerly, so that the northerlies will be blowing in the summer. If there's machinery operating on the site or if there's loose dust around, it will come in this direction. And I was here during the 1950s, and I can remember the grey dust storms of Bendigo then.
Arsenic is naturally present in mullock. When exposed to the air, it can be carried by the wind and dissolve in water. There have been instances in Bendigo of rainwater tanks testing positive to dangerously high levels of arsenic. Bendigo Mining says this is the only potential pollutant in mullock, and it's confident it can use engineering to avert any problems. Mr Berger is hopeful of on-selling the rock to road makers and says much of it will also be used back down the mine. But in the meantime, residents adjacent to the site say they're faced with an eyesore.
Like some of the others have complained every time the noise was too loud, but we put up with it thinking it'll be all over, but this is just the beginning of another 20-year cycle by the look of it.
We've been here about 12 years now, And, you know, we moved to this area because we loved it, and it was quiet, and we're surrounded by bush, and this is a place where we wanted to raise our children. So, yeah, that's why we moved here. And we don't want big mounds of mullock, the dust, the pollution of it to disrupt our family health and lifestyle.
Looks pretty disgusting. It's a grey mountain that's appeared in front of me instead of being inside a forest that I initially started out to live in.
This is the view from Reg McDonald's front door. He fears his vista will become a 60-foot heap of rocks and dirt.
One of our great fears, really, and it should be a fear of all Bendigo citizens, is that if this mine goes belly up, a lot of them, they go into liquidation, they just, you know, don't find gold and they disappear. The city is left with mountains of mullock. How do we reconstitute the environment?
The City of Greater Bendigo supports the project. It says those residents who oppose the mine's plans are not representative of the whole community, and a workable solution can be found. Bendigo Mining is going through an environmental effects statement process, which allows all stakeholders to have a say and all environmental issues to be addressed. An independent panel overseeing the process will make a recommendation to the state government, which will make the final decision.
What we have to do is we've got to assess the overall impact that we have, both positive and negative, and at the end of the day we've got to go with a project that's got a net benefit to the community and to the environment, and that's what we're aiming to do.
Rachel Carbonell reporting there.